just pulling up now to be bringing you the North American stuff. So if you are as screwed in the sleep schedule...
Oh, okay. There you go. 4 players into Lower Dark, Alex.
That's
just 4.
That's the answer to the question. And look at the Hunter and Nico partnership to solve that. Aha! They don't even have the bomb. That was just to house any potential funny business. And the funny business continues. 3 pushing up mid. 3 pushing up mid. Ammonite, they're all in like a strike position.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy.
This is already very fruity, and G2, they anticipated it. They had a counter to the counter.
Such a strange look for Dust2, seeing the CTs barreling up like that, isn't it? But had to come to expect it. Jack's quick on the flick. Diha now, he's being good. The bomb's segregated, Alex. The bomb is outside tunnels. Diha's locked into B. He pushes forward. It's a 2v1 now.
He's up.
Wait, the bomb's going back to A.
The 1v4, and he's going to mid doors. He might even catch a glimpse of Nexa. The old Nexa would have spotted him there. The old Dust2, rather.
Well, yeah, this is actually up for discussion.
No way! What is happening?
Next going back. He's going to go back to B now.
No, D is aware. He is just switched on.
What is happening?
He is switched on. Everything he's done is perfect, and he spots the head of Nexa. No way, it's 16 HP. This would be some clutch. G2 only needed 1 more frag. They had 4 hearts beating. Nexa to plant flashes him off. Nexa v Diha. Some stunning clicks out of the pole. Pushing the smoke, some tags, and it's the frag recovered. Nexa, that was massive. Diha so close to getting G2 full tilt. Full tilt round 1.
I know it's late, but did that really just almost happen?
I mean, we'll watch it through the replays. Look, it was supposed to be over. The push, by the way, inspired. He catches Nico pulling out a Molotov because no one in their right mind is pushing that smoke after the first kill. Look at this from Nexa. God, just playing around that smoke and everyone could just sigh a little bit of relief. ENCE forced. Oh, Hades has been caught and it's a fight on the doors. Doesn't matter the change.
You all right?
Yeah, sorry, I'm still just... I just can't, I couldn't imagine any worse way to start off the 3rd map with so many implications if G2 had lost that. Well, I mean, or incredibly for ENCE, of course. I'm just thinking about the G2 tilt factor. Those boys aren't... Known
to let it go. Let it slide. I sent Carrigan a DM. I said, hello, Carrigan, looking for your official prediction for this final map. He said, overtime incoming, just to make things... just to make me full stressed. So,
wowzers.
It is going to be looking like an A finish here, and 2 players to get past. Snappy scouts out. Nico is out and about, down towards CT spawn. Diha's Famas is good though, and oh, another kill for Diha. He continues to fight.
He's on a heater. And now Doto's hitting shots as well. G2 counting on Nexa. He saved them once. Can he save them again? No. A stern response from Snappy. And Diha. I don't know what fighting talk he was given by the coach, but he has come in all guns are blazing in pursuit of his first major.
He's swinging for the fences now.
He wants to get there. He's pulling up all the stops in pursuit of it.
Well, this is how it started, right? So Amanek playing the peak from the Death Alley position, does get the trade on, but Diha just pantsers Nico there, who's trying to play in that smoke. Doto with a nice shot off camera as well there, and a couple of bangers here out of ENCE as we tie it up 1-1. The Force Spy back, Deagle's out for G2. Scout for Amanek. Let's see if he can have another gnarly shot through the doors here, but this one is going to slow on down a little bit. Lower Dark steps heard. Snappy should be aware that they're close now. This is looking more like a standard Dust2 round, so no funny business here.
You wait till Diha starts pulling the trigger. Damn, Amanek.
Oh, that's 2 in a row.
He's 2 for 2. Through the doors into the head, the scout setting G2 up for a competitive one here. They're surging into the site flash. Ooh, forces Hades off. One more chance, and Nico seizes it. Okay, this is going to be a very spooky Dust2. I can feel it in the waters. Diha continues to kick up a fuss. Every shot connects. Diha, he wants that major, denies it. Oh, get out of my server.
He's a monster.
Absolutely possessed. G2 just got everything. You get your opener mid. You get the follow-up into the site, and Diha, yeah, he is full locked on his screen.
Just a little nod.
Barely breaking his concentration.
Just a little nod. Mate, you've almost had the most epic of impact 3 rounds in a row.
Wow, wow. He gets the first. He's operating at 60 HP. The shots that followed, Amanek, Nico, Nexa just domed.
Jesus. All right. Well, Amanek down to a scout again.
We'll just do 2 back-to-back, I guess.
Well, the tags there, so they are continuing this up. And he's tagged 2 people in 2 shots. This guy's not meant to be a primary on the sniper rifles, at least with the impact. So that damage, unconfirmed, sure, but they still have Nico on the Deagle. If they can find a kill and tip something into these Glock's hands, hopefully, if you're a G2 fan, Diha is one of the scalps they find early here. Making their way silently up towards this catwalk position. They're all here. But this is where you do have to hope that Nico's Deagle rings true. And we've seen him hit some bangers. This would be the perfect time to do exactly that.
Hades is in transition right now. Actively held by that snappy player, so...
Nades.
Ooh, evasive maneuvers.
He just needs one chance.
It's nice wide from Snappy. Missed shot out of Hades. Amanek can take a little step further, but it's into the line of fire of Snappy, and he is delivering. Just housing any potential that was set up by Amanek's tags. A Glock and a dream. Scout shot doesn't quite connect. Hades holding on to his AWP. Can't afford to lose that, but his teammates will be scooping that up regardless. Oh, right on the money. Diha, of course, posting his 10th, and it's with a nice nade to the jaw.
Okay, well, for Amanek, I guess he knew that he was going to be operating with a scout again. So scouts on scouts on scouts here for Amanek. He buys into one again. Nico down to a Galil. I never love to see that in his hands, but the rest are going to get AKs with some nades around it. And maybe, just maybe. Oh, okay, well, if you were all tuned into a video that Launders did recently, you would have seen just the damage done by Alexi Bizzle on this very map. The util from that CT position can be fantastic to pepper players trying to work on the short control. And there's the first of what I'm sure will be many. Diha drops one out. Nobody close enough to take a lick of damage to that. And actually throwing them up. So we should see a HE from Snappy here towards lower tunnels. And this is where the map is going to take shape. Another nade coming. Nico's gotten out of there quite quickly. He's only going to sustain damage from the first.
It's going to be 3 nades out of Snappy's hands here. Oh, Nico. There's another one coming. You better watch out. You better not cry.
Oh, they flubbed that one. Well, you can see what's destined for this half, ladies and gentlemen. Expect a lot more of that out of ENCE here. It's naughty, but you can see what it's achieved, and I'm sure Nico's not too happy about things here.
This is going to be a battle, especially with Diha in this form.
Doto at long, they're coming knocking. The mid to B smokes are all a bit of a ruse.
Doto up against 3. Does catch Jax, turns the flash. He's looking good. Flashing himself for an engagement here. The Cousins have partnered up in pursuit of that frag, and they can't finish it. Doto takes them all down. The whole G2 squad pantsed in public. 4 for ENCE. G2 have to go back to the drawing board. They're back, baby. 4 of the 16 required to get themselves to the major.
What have these maps been? Mirage, the first half competitive. Nuke, it was just an absolute blowout. And now here, early, ENCE are looking sharp as ever. Like, this is wild. They are not backing down from this fight. Here to play today. We all know what's on the line. We'll spell it out one more time. ENCE win this, they're into the major. That, for a lot of these players, is their very first. G2, on the other side of things, legend status, skipping that entire first round of play, is in their hands.
And just to recap the first round of play, because they tweeted the format, right? We're going back to Swiss with best of threes for promo or elim.
Yeah, so the way it's going to work is you're going to need to win 3 games in Swiss to get you through to the next round of Swiss, right?
So technically they could be skipping 3 games if they banged it out.
Even potentially more if they lose them as well, right? So there's 5 matches total that could be played. 3 wins, you're through. 3 losses, you're out. But you have to do that twice if you start in the contender and challenger stage.
Touché. Okay. Back to Long. No Doto to worry about this time. He's doing things elsewhere. And actually, I say you don't have to worry about him. He's got a nade right on the money. Juggling that Deagle, making sure they can find some value with it.
To be fair, when you think about things, right, that was all through the CT half in the last map for G2, right? Like getting those 3 rounds on the T side, not the hardest, but they managed to get 7 rounds on their T side of Mirage, and then their CT side was weak. So we've seen good T halves from G2 and good CT halves from G2. Now we just need both of them to come together at the same time, whereas ENCE, look, I guess we could say the same. But in map number 1, they had a good CT and a good T half, so off base there, I think. This is more baiting out that U2, and I think on Mirage, G2 looked a bit scared to me, right? They looked a little bit scared, and we don't want to see that cropping up here again because we want a competitive map. We want a competitive third with so much on the line. They go back towards A. Another smoke to deny, and well, with 30 seconds left, they either have to play through it, and they will. Dropped into spawn. Amanek, that's huge. Okay, 3 pistol kills in 3 seconds.
Scary, yeah, it just goes from a very quiet minute and a half. And they strike in unison. This could be unchecked. Oh, Diha continues to pull ENCE forward into a 5th. Can he close? They got the kits. A flash from Spinks. Coming in from CT. Not going to be easy to set up his teammate here. Nexa to take the first engagement. Nico, low. Just the Deagle. It's on this AK from Nexa to contribute here. Flash indicates his position. Good play, 1-on-1.
Has to clutch again.
Play the time. Nexa looking to secure it, and he does. G2 on the light buys post their second. That is a sign of life from the Samurai.
That's crazy right there. Both their rounds have been converted by Nexa, right? In the final throws right here, and both actually threw pistols. This is the Amanek kill that came on in, but then multiple frags across. Nexa got another kill in the fray of all of this, and you're right, Dihad doing absolutely everything he possibly can to keep ENCE in a round like that they should have been securing, but now, well, both teams have a buy and 2 towards lower here. That's for Nico to deal with. Alex and Hades gets the opening 2 kills immediately. Enters aggression, it pays off.
Oh, disaster. Lost. Space. Taken. Tons is under CT rule. And that's an interesting call. Knowing that all that Tons was taken, all that space was taken in Tons, they choose to return upon the fade.
But now they can just reset into a normal Dust2, right? And that just melts so much time off the clock, right? You know when we have a map like Overpass, guys, and we talk about the CTs going forward up to Playground, wanting to take fights up there, Fountain, and then them having to comb and claw back through the map. Well, they have to do the same task right now with upper tunnels. And even if they get this area of the map, they don't know what the CT defense looks like at all. No info long, no info mid. Everybody nestled in upper tunnels, and that's coming towards Spinks and Snappy.
Yeah, there's one way in which Jax could catch Spinks on this jiggle. But
Jax the AWPer.
he's not going to get the early warning sign. A nice escape from Spinks. Smokes it off. Turns the flash. And, well, that might be enough from G2 to change their plans.
What on earth is going on here? Well, denied, and there's still only 2 players residing on the site here from ENCE. I think they're calling the save. There's so much indecision right now. And that, I guess, comes from the fact that they don't know what's going on the map. So ENCE, just through the early phrase of this one here, cause absolute chaos. They'll save the AWP for Amanek, great. There's 2 AKs to carry through as well. Amanek has enough to drop an AK, so that's all right there too. Oh, you can maybe even drop 2 AKs here. So with that little piece of information, you can understand it a little bit more, but here we go. We did think that ENCE were going to be the ones throwing out more of these looks, and Well, what position did that leave you in? If you're G2 and you're not getting the bloody long spawns and you're wanting to go for a default round, just think about how much more cautious you're going to have to be taking that space. And, well, they don't have a long spawn. It's just one player who did have a good position for it. It's jumped on down the suicide, dropped a molly to stop them from going suicide. Sorry, lower dark. And that's helped. But now they're pushing upper tunnels.
Here we go.
Oh, this is mental.
What a gap.
I love this.
Yeah, Jax. Oh, he's already gone down. Hunter's next. And yeah, they're feeling the wrath of ENCE. Look at all the nades they're playing with as well, Chad. They are going to bully G2. Oh, my caramba.
They immediately responded to that molly. Like, they just, well, we'll just push upper tunnels. You're so worried about lower dark. We'll have pressure elsewhere.
Nico might put his fist through his desk. Oh, adjusts. Okay, space on B. Smoke deployed. It's got a huge gap in it.
Massive gap in it.
And that could lead to Nico's demise. They're all coming into B. Hades has posted up.
Re-smoke it, Amanek. Re-smoke
Someone
it.
re-smoke it. It's a dodgy one. That's a lot better. The retake, 4 versus 3.
It might go fast. There's a flash primed.
Yeah. Amanek, he's got to be careful here. Throws out a flash of his own to delay.
Burning now.
Considering the push. There's 4 members here for this. A couple of flashes, or just the one, in fact, on Hades. Smoke from Snappy for the tunnel's position if he desires, or perhaps even the bomb. And this is the go sign. Snappy draws blood.
Flash.
Just dry. Just dry. Doto again, and that's the end of them. End 6. And G2 looking discombobulated.
That's a great word for things right now. And this was the question mark. What was Dust2 going to offer? What kind of look on the CT side? Right, remember ENCE? I think they were the ones that won the knife, right? I don't remember which way it unfolded.
Yes.
Yeah, but so then they've opted to come here on the CT side. They've opted to throw all this at G2. And if there's one way you're going to unravel them, oh, this is how it's going to be done. Oh, okay.
Like they've just, like ENCE have cupped their hands and just slammed on their eardrums.
Oh!
From both sides.
That was huge from Amanek. Hades
was.
is gone. The AWP on the other side's down.
He's been playing like that Dust2 cross simulator. Getting it drilled. And Nico puts a second on the board as well. Oh no, they've lined up for him.
Snappy!
He nearly took down 3 with 1 spray, bro. Oh, and Sphinx is pushing the smoke. This is chaos. Calm it down. Bomb long. Snappy screams. Hunter's taking 5. Snappy takes a 3rd.
And straight into the AWP walks Nico. They are getting rattled here.
ENCE, man. This is going to be the good vibrations they needed.
Where were the smiles on the faces on Nuke? They are back in a big way. Nothing they can do is a foot wrong.
Look how this started. Amanek banged
shot through the
Hades
doors as well.
They had a 3v5, and that was nearly 3. He finishes off Hunter in the end as well on pit. Pot shots taken, and yeah, that's a smile from a Finn. That's how you know things are going well.
Oh dear, I think Dodo's a different breed. I remember we got to interview him and he actually gave us some words, so we knew immediately that Dodo wasn't like the others.
And he cracks a joke or two. It was great to play with him in Parla.
I'm glad that we've seen a timeout here, but I may even consider back-to-back timeouts if I was Malik, the coach of G2 here, because what's being thrown your way is something you don't know how to expect. And the issue is, you only have limited time to discuss through the theory of reactions. So if once they do this, how do we react? Well, right now, there's a couple of options of how they can deal with this, but it's not looking good. ENCE are really exploiting this new change. They haven't had to worry about the long takes whatsoever. It looks like G2 have an answer with that fast mid molly, but it doesn't stop a lot.
Doesn't stop Snappy. Using that Xbox smoke against him, we'll get information that there's nothing... Oh, Nico's going to swallow that as well, or at least tickles his toes. Half investment here from G2. Just looking to put themselves on the board, and they've done it a couple of times. We saw not only the pistol, but the Deagles did put their second on the board. Oh, and the nade juggling. You're going to get more. An extra chance from Snappy. The timing looks perfect, and that is perfection. Look at this CTU till raining down terror. G2 don't get to play the game.
They only have 2 rounds. One was the pistol. The other was a light buy. Wow, may as well almost have been called an eco.
Yeah, a deco, a stretch.
Oh, another nade coming on through.
Oh, bowling from Diha.
They're all just inspecting Nico's corpse. Hey, you got anything we can take? Any loot around here?
Does feel a little bit more like a BR. Getting hunted at this point, the poor souls. And the timing on his spray. He does choose to engage. They try and leap over the spray. Next to that's something. But yeah, you're not going to get into the B side for free. Spinks lying in wait. Amanek looking the wrong way. Nexus in trouble. And Spinks will finish things off clean. 8 already. They've won out the half in this must-win game for Major Glory.
Oh, I'm going to quickly check the video and remind myself who decided to take it to Dust2.
It was G2. They had the choice between Ancient and Dust2, if I remember correctly.
You're correct. They've decided to take it here.
They would rather
risk the unknown
than go into Ancient. It does tell us more about their confidence in Ancient than anything else.
They've been shell-shocked early here. Well, there's still an opportunity to get back into this one. Maybe they have just as many cheeky beaky plays for their CT side, but the Upper Dark aggressors again. Hunter ready for that. Now that deathmatch is really beginning. We've seen this several times before. Now they have to convert. You can't let another one of these go by the wayside.
You can't. You also saw G2 get off to a flying start on Mirage and ended up with an 8-7 half. Hades spotted CT, and that should be enough information. That should be enough information on its own to be planting that bomb uncontested. An after plant from shore, a boost available should they fancy it, and 2 coming in from long side.
Yeah, they do look like they're going for this, right? And there is cash to splash, so you can understand, and considering how woeful things have been going for G2 here, ENCE may as well have a look. Hades establishes pick control. Doto pushing up on the close wall. Diha drawing attention, and that Molly pushing them wide.
Shaping up. More nade damage. Where did their health just go? And a miss from Hades. That might be enough of a deterrent. He has put it down in time, but yeah, no time for that defuse.
Okay, well, a third, and this time through guns. The kills came their way again, though, right? You saw the aggressive maneuver up through the upper tunnels. You saw Snappy trying his luck up mid as well.
So I have a question.
Yes?
That's the first time G2 have actually just hit the shots necessary with the hyper regression. Does Snappy let his players continue? Or do you just put the, you put the leash on, not too tight, but you just gotta, at least hold the leash this time?
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit more supervision, but the problem is Snappy's also one that's been let out of the kennel here.
He's going short,
so,
and he has his 2D players pushing tons. I mean, it's not gonna, it is gonna look different.
It's a long take, finally, here. They're using these spawns.
Going through it, going fast. It feels different already.
Now, with the mid push right now, you can push on up, and that's what we've seen as an answer to this all in long. Spinks is already taking advantage of that, right? You know that there's not going to be an AWPer and T-spawn that can stop at least this. So he's gone on through, and now we're looking more regular programming here.
I was wondering when we'd see this round. It took us 12.
Yeah, and I think that was a big issue to do with the spawns that were available for G2 here. So finally, with the guns available as well as the spawn, it comes on through, but a flub flash.
Yeah. Snappy's got all the vision in the world, and actually just dropping out smoke to play around. That might buy time. They'll throw out their wall. The first part of it, that underhand nade is good as well. We'll be checking in on
They have to go damage. A, though.
They are coming. Nico's legs going to be spotted about. Oh no, Snappy on the jump. That is quite the condemnation. Now the deep one towards Ramp. And Nico catches another. Spinks on the advance. Diha, what a strong start it was from him. I fear that is just a demand too high.
Yeah, might actually have to go for the save this time round, so not even going to consider the look in on the retake. All 5 staying alive, and G2 are now changing the narrative. And I think that frustration was starting to bleed in, especially the round where they retook B and Snappy swung dry through window, right? Because that's not the type of Counter-Strike you're expecting. He was on his own, and that's where the frustrations would start to really boil over for G2. But I think it's a frustration that would help them. And what I mean there is like, oh, this is the type of, I see now.
This is what you want to do.
Yeah, and they're more than happy to do that, right? Don't question whether or not they want to biff in that same regard. So 4 on the board.
I had that exact same thought when I saw Hunter being pushed in tons and him actually finally kill Spinks. He's like, this is, you guys are, like, they're hitting them with that, you know how Astralis were treating Fiend?
Yeah.
It's that, it feels that same way, and it's probably quite rare for G2 to feel like they're being treated that way.
Yeah, I understand. I'm with you there.
And I realize that may not have been a perfect and easy to understand explanation. But yeah, ENCE have really thrown some fuel on the G2 fire with some of the aggressive maneuvers they've been pulling off and succeeding with, as well as, of course, the individual brilliance of Diha coming in long. Good spot. Hunter not quite on the mark. Vision restored. Nico again with the double nade swallow. Snappy looking for a third. It's provided by Hades, and ENCE right back to their fighting ways. Nex has got a grey screen. He's trying to play around it towards that blue bin. This could be something from Nexa, but the combination of bullets and flame put it all onto Amanek to extend their lead in this CT half of a must-win map. So many ramifications, and Amanek's having a walk. It is only Diha. It's not like he's going to get shot in the bottom. Only the highest fragger in the server, I suppose I should specify. And yep, looking the wrong way. Knocked down. Double AWP was available. Don't opt for it.
That was a regular round there, though, right?
Yeah.
They went for a standard long take with 3 players. And you can see what G2 are doing. They're dropping the flashes on the way so that one individual, maybe 2, can lob them all out as they try and push through, and raining flashes above is the opener that they're looking for.
Chad, without looking, what do you reckon Snappy's utility damage is at?
This early, he's hit a couple of nice ones. I'm going to say in the ballpark of about 350.
He is at 477 utility damage, so not far off, but almost a grand total of about 5 kills in 13 rounds of play.
Okay.
120 ADR for him, 128 for Diha. That is
high.
High.
6 here is, well, now the mark that's been set or left for G2 to get in this first half. And, well, again, there's no long spawn, so it's going to have to be the pivot back towards B, and maybe some lower presence was being flirted with. You could see multiple members around the mid doors, and Amanek's had success on that, but only 5 kills. You can see it has only come through the scout and the AWP, and not all the rounds where he found those openings were even converted. So, might be feeling hard done by this impact. Isn't being profited upon.
2 standard rounds in a row. Ah.
Yeah, normality, it resumes. Oh, here comes the nades again. Oh, 1. He has been mollied back, so I don't think he'll try to nade lower dark again. Jax with 3 kills. You'd love to see him get an opener with that AK.
AWP B side. I think they can hold on to that information. Admittedly, the smoke up may plant some seeds of doubt. And speaking of smoke, that's the penultimate drop by ENCE. Short control taken. We're at that 40-second marker. Hunter lingers tons. Will continue to try and
splitting B, I think.
Split B. Oh yeah, quick. So just denies short. Snappy calls for the flash. They are doing the dance. Even trades, leaves ENCE at an advantage. Spink still tucked in aggressive. It's up to Nexa. He needs this duel, and he does get it. Through the flash, Hades has revealed himself to be in the sight, and Nexa has made space in pursuit of the 5th.
Do they consider this?
They got cash. They don't have players. Doto last, spotted out as well. And so G2, when they get to play standard, Dust2 seem to be thriving. Some long takes successful. A mid to B after short control taken. Keeping ENCE in the dark as much as they can.
We need to make sure we're singing the praises here of Nexa. A lot of impact for him. Remember, the 2 rounds that they got early were both his conversions late, and now with a lot of impact to lock down this mid to B strategy here. So good to see him stepping on up. Would love a teammate or 2 to start doing the same. He's at 11 kills, and yeah, you are seeing that frustration building maybe more so on the ENCE side, even with this phenomenal start. And G2 are keeping their cool, right? When you notice, we can normally hear the teams through the wall if they're getting loud. You guys can normally hear them as well through the mics that have been set up. And so far from the G2 camp, it's just keeping it calm, keeping it cool, keeping it collected, and believing in the process here, as it were. We spoke about timing your peaks a little bit earlier on Mirage. Well, this would be the perfect time for G2 to peak in this series.
Yeah, if anyone's looking or struggling to comprehend where that frustration comes from. I mean, you just put yourself in Hades' shoes. You know, this has been such a quick rise to power, and now you're so close to realizing that ultimate goal. So many players across Amanek's screen, and he just gets blood splattered on the back wall. That's the only conclusion reached by him. 2 aggressing the Tons. Hunter has struggled with this multiple times. The 2 cousins partner up, participating more, and both connect. ENCE up to their cheeky antics. Spinks, they know he's a B player.
Snappy's pushing along here as well.
Yeah, and Nexa was, and it still is, actively patrolling.
I think it's probably a good call here for Snappy not to keep pushing. The 2 deaths have come from aggression here, and the rounds that G2 have started to pick up is all through ENCE pushing the issue. So those tricks that worked earlier starting to be found on out, but Spinks trying his luck here. AWP posted on a very aggressive line, and he wants to look for more. The flash that's well timed, but he's ahead of it, and the shot is good. There is a trade from Jax.
Yeah, surely they know that that's the B player down. At most, it's Hades. There's the indicator that he has rotated. So they're piecing it together. They really are. And with 50 seconds, Chad, the world's their oyster. The map is theirs. Nexus going long.
Again.
Oh, he could ruin everything. And he has. Takes down 1. I think he suspects Jax was the partner with him, and that's the bomb. So Jax needs this. Does succeed.
You know where Hades was?
You do. And the bomb trying to get across, but they have to get across Hades' line. He is aware. Look at the time. This could be real.
Jax!
Look at the way. Okay, problem. Big problems for G2. Hades suspects the ace base has been taken. Here comes Nexa. Can he save G2 again? The answer's no. Hades, the god of the underworld, frustrated, but sends Nexa there. 10 for ENCE. 6 away from the major. G2 legend status getting a little farther away in the distance now.
Hey Future Pros! Today I'll show you a quick and easy way to smoke CT spawn from short as a terrorist. Your long players will love you for this one. To do the smoke, get in this corner next to this crate. Aim at the corner of this window and throw the smoke. As with all deep CT smokes, there can always be a slight top gap for the CTs to abuse, so be cautious with this one.
One final half to determine the answer to the question of whom shall be leaving with a W. It is the late stages of G2 ENCE. Coming into Dust2, G2 had the option to take it to Ancient. They opted for D2, and I feel like ENCE have thrived in this environment.
They've been great. They're gimmicky little maneuvers, and maybe it'll become meta. Maybe it's not gimmicky at all, but they have taken this map update and they have milked it for all it's worth right here.
I think G2 have done the same level.
I don't think so.
Of preparation. I suspect not. I suspect not as well. Let's see if we do get that ENCE pistol underway. They traded pistols for most of the maps.
Nexa has been the hero here as well. He had a big impact in at least 3 rounds, and they only managed 5. So somebody else having to step up now as we do turn our attention towards long. Hunter straight in towards lower, and it's a heavy B lean as well.
They suspect they might be getting cheesy towards the tons. So if Nico caught in transition, he's got the whole squad to deal with. Tries to stabilize the aim. Bomb spotted. Amanek desperate to delay. And they're scarpering to try and back him up.
There's no smoke for the cross, right?
They haven't had confirmation that the whole squad's there. It's quite a slow rotate out of Nexa and Jax.
Oh, they did a deep CT smoke to get across here. That's brilliant. That is brilliant.
And Amanek, aggressive. Catches him on the reload. It doesn't matter because Diha's here. Hunter with something needs a lot more. A lot more. It has to be a different candidate if G2 want the hero to deliver this pistol. And it's looking bleak. Working with scraps of HP. And this is great from ENCE. Hades takes the double as well. And I can't help but feel maybe I'm just applying my own theory and flavor to it, but when you've just been so successful with aggressive B tons pushes, suspecting they might lean a bit more heavily towards that side of the map, why not hit that long and isolating Nico? You could see how slow that replay was, and Chad wanted to talk about that smoke.
Yeah, well, that smoke plays into exactly what you're saying here, expecting them to try and deal with those same type of mid plays. Well, if they have to rotate back over from B and there's a smoke in CT spawn, right, it's going to make stopping the cross very difficult. You either have to be in CT already pushed up long, and G2 have gone for the force.
Full investment, Chad. This has to be frags. Has to be. Nex has been given an intervention from God with that one. Low, Doto, cowering in fear. Can anyone bail him out of trouble? They're trying. They're trying to get him out. Low, one bullet would do it. Nico really struggling to connect the dots. Now he does, and only Hades remains. He's got the bomb at his toes, and a tag into Hunter's start. A Galil more promising as well.
Well, he can go, and he can pressure this mid to B.
Amanek solves it. And G2 start with a force buy success of their own.
Well, knowing that Snappy's in the server here, I'm going to assume that ENCE might go for a force buy back of their own, but those rounds, we know how hard they are to win. I can see the upgrades coming on through, but you're right. Nexa, I don't know how he managed that. I've never seen anybody spray and pray with the Deagle quite like that. And manages to get a very important opening kill. A couple of techers, P250, a Deagle, Util, and we're going to turn our attention towards the B side of the map here. 3 players gravitating towards the second letter of the alphabet for G2. Hunter and Amanek close around mid. Nexa tasked with a lot of room, and if it is the mid to B, they have the pieces in the right place. Nico's even floating back over as well here, so hedging their bets, they know what's coming, G2. Look at all the bodies they have to deal with this. There's nobody watching short. I know that we can see Amanek covering off with the scout. Now they'll have to respect this because that rotation is made more than possible with the hinge smoke, but they're set up for the B play. And now it's just Nexa on the site. He's alone. Hunter's so far away, Alex. They're going to overwhelm him.
Nico and Amanek evacuate.
They're coming in. They're coming in.
They come. Nexa got to deal with a couple here.
Again, blind!
Straight into his crosshair. That's back-to-back impact with a white screen. Can they stop this plan? They want to disrupt. That Util would be so perfect.
He's in!
Denied. Aggression from Nico. Fighting fire with fire. They fire down 3 with the spray. Okay. G2 recover, and they've got Nexa to thank.
They got a little bit loud about that one there because they gambled correctly initially, but then they rotated back, and Nexa
clotheslines him.
He's just closing his eyes. The kills are coming to him. Nico, he was fed up with this happening to him in the first half.
Yeah, exactly.
Get stuck on in, rub the salt in the wounds, and force ENCE down to the pistols here, this one.
What a finish this is. What a finale we're getting. This quarterfinal ending with a bang. There's an alternative to counter the CT aggression.
Just hang around in T-Spawn and set up a bit of a tank. We haven't seen that one before.
Imagine rounding that corner.
Yeah, they're happy to wait out the Util here, but I think luckily for them, G2 threw out a lot early, so Molotovs top mid, a lot of HEs. You always need a bunch to deal with anything long. And it really is just Glocks here. The human centipede right now as they're going to follow each other around. Amanek more than happy to pluck them off one by one. Hunter churning them up to the MP9. It sings. And Amanek into the Tech 9 as well. So going to call the score 11-8. And the guns are about to come out here. Hades can buy a glass cannon AWP, even can have a smoke for his troubles. Amanek upgrades into an AWP of his own. And the buy right now for G2 looking good. They've got kits. They're going to have full nades as well. Need to get this first gun round here if we want this game to continue and be right down to the wire here for the finish. Now remember, I did say I spoke to Carrigan and he said overtime. Let's see if that comes true. The boost erected, the kill not found. Amanek aware of the potential. But no longer dark push and stepping into it. Hades, that is quick.
There's a star in favor of ENCE. Uncertainty brewing as well in the G2 camp. No real clear picture as to where this T-side plan to conclude.
They are playing 2-2, and with the AWP down, it's hard to hold A without an AWP. Now, lucky for them, Nico's rifle to the dome can occasionally look like an AWP with how quickly he can pluck them out, but he's going to have to hit bangers here. And I suppose more good fortune for Nico is the fact there's no Molotov to disrupt that site position he currently holds on to. There will be a smoke wall most likely, as a mid-to-B smoke will hold the two players over towards this side of things. Nexa and Hunter now cottoned off from the team. Oh, and they push through. He's not ready.
Completely booked. Anything left to be said? It's not going to be Jax opting to play for the retake clear. The long door's late. They're saving.
Yeah, they picked up that AWP from Amanek's cold dead body. His death was, well, really just showing what was on the rest of the rounds here. ENCE pick up their 12th, and it feels easy.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how G2 were uncertain. ENCE kind of just keeping their cards close to their chest. And it led to Nico's demise, just looking a bit silly there with his nade in his hand. Walking through that lurk smoke so often, even G2 giving us examples of it. It was just thrown out as a, you know, smoke and mirrors, so can understand the justification for Nico's actions. They are all exiting long safely. Jax is much quicker and more ahead of the pack, won't be vulnerable or threatening.
All right, well, we're really going to go down to the wire here, I think. So we came out the gates with the pistol round for ENCE. The force buy back saw 3 on the trot, and now a gun round in favor of ENCE here. And this is how it started, and this is how it finished. So both of the Polish players, two of the bigger names in this ENCE roster alongside a Sphinx, showing up right here when they need to. It's a big game. The celebrations after this for ENCE could be wild.
He's got a shot here. Doesn't quite connect it. Can't count the numbers either. Nexa, for now, solo B. Insignificant flak damage, and as I say that, there's some significant stuff found. Deher, Snappy. Looks like G2 are also playing the nade game.
Yeah, Nico's been able to pick up another here. Now, that second nade can be used if he hears them jump on up towards Xbox. He could also save it as they start to regroup for the short. Execute and tag. Jax, you need to think better of that push, and he will.
Lucky boy.
Yeah, Hades holding that line. Probably going to be scratching his head as how that one didn't finish him off. Molly close doors. Clearing out anybody lurking up close and personal here from G2, but Snappy's out.
Ahead of it. Ahead of it! And knocks the head off of Nico. And that's all they wanted. Gets the CTs back into a defensive stance. They're about to just wave into this A site.
They need to pull Amanek back here. He needs the AWP to contest this, so they're changing positions with Jax, but is it too late?
He's got a lot to do. That's the chance, and it's shy. They were lined up, could have been 2, it's none. And the flashes continue to suppress, space is taken, sight is theirs. ENCE flying that flag high.
It might have to be the save again here.
Peeks off his own flash, that would have been inspired.
Are they going to go for this? There's a lot to lose.
Maybe, if he posts another, and Hunter's flirting with the idea as well. This after plant should be locked down, the flash is decent. Good snappy one out of Hunter. Diha trying to save the day. It's only Spinks now. G2, this retake was such a risk. And now, hard part surely concluded. Already on the
cover, where's the cover?
Off. He's gonna get them both! Spinks brings home 13! And ENCE shatter G2 back down to Pocketlin and Peanuts. I mean, 8K on Jax. 4K for Hunter and Nico. They went all in. Snappy started this, but it's Spinks that finishes. 13, Chad. They are 3 away from the major.
Oh, dearie me. What a huge round right there from Spinks. He didn't even hesitate, right? Nexa hadn't even touched the defuse again. He just wanted to take the fight. He just wanted to get it done, and he does. And that's the last timeout now. Malik cannot contribute anymore. This will be the 30 seconds that count here for G2.
What a map.
Delivering now, and yeah, you're right. So that cash you recounted right there should get the buy going. But there's a couple of unlucky, unfortunate members of this one here who are going to have to stomach a Famous on Jax, who's given the AWP over to Amanek, and MP9 now for Nexa.
Amanek cannot afford to go down to the Hades fight. I wonder if he's going to be dissuaded from taking it.
Yeah, he has to get something done with this, right? They've invested a lot to make this part of the game plan here, and it's going to be the 3-2 split. Back towards long, they're going fast.
Okay, well that works for the G2 setup. There's 3 here to receive, the smoke to guise the cross, a chance for Nico to strike, and he does string together some damage and a frag. His own nade looking promising too. There's more to come. Shots into the smoke. The Kovac cousins partner up and have succeeded. Spinks, the hero from the prior, does really look like he's up the creek without the paddle. Bomb loose under CT control. Spinks at 16 points of health.
Do they push forward though? There's so much time for this. Amanek helping them clear out the corners, and Spinks just hanging. There's 2 players that are super low right here. Nico's 1 bullet away. Hunter as well, and well, Amanek with the AWP, if he misses, he can die. Spinks could pull off something magical here. Oh, never mind. They're ready for it. They knew he was home. They clear it on out, and that necessary right now because we're talking about the finances here. ENCE are the ones who are stomaching a little bit of a struggle streak right now.
He was really up for debate these fights. Nade from Nexa finished off what Nico started. You can see Diha was an imposing presence at times, but okay, Nico's double wraps us up. It's getting the fans excited. You can join them at IEM.gg/fancam if you want to talk through how this map is going to finish. Make your predictions. It's so up in the air, I truly don't know. Look at this buy, Chad.
Double AWPs here as well, coming out for G2. So ENCE have pushed all their chips into the middle of the table with this purchase here, and they're hedging that the B bomb site might be quite susceptible. Amanek going to post up towards back of plat. That's going to be perfect. Nexa over towards Kara as well. It is a good setup to deal with a B pounce.
Amanek to be tested. Support in the form of Nexa.
You can see what Snappy's doing here, right? The hinge smoke will traditionally draw that CT player back, so he won't be able to contribute quickly if it is a B play, but Hunter being ahead of it. Oh
Amanek's
dear.
leaving.
Oh dear, Amanek.
Amanek's leaving. He's gobbled up the bait. The hook is in his cheek. Nexa has got so much work ahead of him. Still able to contribute on the first. Blind as a bat. Nexa's down. ENCE into the site, and Hunter activates only for the 1. This is so up for debate. Jax going round the world. He will not have a chance to contribute in a while. Nico only just arriving on the scene.
They've all got guns now. They've all got rifles here to lock out this site. Jax's utility from tunnels. What's he going to throw? How's he going to help them get back in?
It would have to be brilliant. You got a Brix molly from back there? Oh, no. Snappy playing 5D chess. Pulls the AWP out of the site. Nexa isolated.
Pushing.
He wants to bring the fight to them, and he snaps into Nico's head. G2, what have you got? Nothing is the answer. 14. It's secured by ENCE. They edge closer to the major. And you can see a stiff upper lip held. Do not break now.
I think they're broken, G2 right now, and actually some giggles coming out because if they realize what they've done to the finances of G2 now, the red carpet has just been laid out. 2 more rounds. G2 have no money. They managed to get a total of 1,400 coming into that, and they've invested behind it. They have gone all in for this. The deagles are out, the armor's there as well, and this is it. This is the best opportunity ENCE are going to have to secure themselves this major slot. Just 2 more rounds. They win this, 1,900 in the next. It's going to be the same again. G2 have nothing to contest against this.
And G2 are going to have some more Counter-Strike to be played, not only determining their fate. FaZe fans watch on in horror.
And they've stayed up late for this. Bit of a horror movie.
Yeah, the late night special. I'd be munching through my popcorn at this point as well. Dust2 delivering. Take a look at the top right-hand side of your screen as well, changing and losing their own map picks. Both of these teams thrust into the new environment that is Dust2, and moments of heroics from everyone there. The call out of Snappy inspired the fact that G2 completely fell for their trickery.
I don't see how G2 can win this round, guys. Look at their buy. Somebody needs to step up massively here. This needs to be a mental individual performance on the pistols, and that's all they have, just pistols.
Genuinely has to be full frag movie. Like, we need Linkin Park to start playing now. Oy, 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 you wouldn't repeat that. Nico's been brought down, cut down to 30 HP. There's a small window of opportunity onto the Hades. Oh, he dropped down. Does take the head. Nico hitting shots. 2 down. Maybe a glimmer of hope into round 24. He's delivered whatever he could. Knew it had to be something special. It was. The boost, they've fallen off. It could be punishing. Almanec's filled the gap. The void is...
They're pushing!
And oh, Jack's another on the dig. G2 are not relenting just yet. It's Spinks for the one. Only Diha. He saved them once. Can he save them again?
Diha's been so good. His impact early was felt. And here, Jax, the warning shots are through.
They know where he is. They have the bomb. G2 have been given a lifeline. That's a 10th. As if this game couldn't get closer.
Nico then knew exactly what he had to do. That is a big moment, right? He hasn't had an awful lot of kills here. Sure, it's 15, but this right here, the star player, the big signing, knowing exactly what he has to do when the pressure on. 2 massive kills out of him, and then Jax hitting 1 as well. They're the Deagle specialists for this team.
Getting my hairs on my arm on end, these shots, these situations.
Both teams with hodgepodge buys here. Famus for one side and a Scout as well. Tech9s and Galils on the other, and then back towards these upper tunnels they go with the lion's share of the ENCE forces here. We've already seen G2 leave the bomb site susceptible in several occasions here. Will it be more of the same as peering on down? A lot of pressure towards that mid door. The hinge smoke dropped again, and they know exactly what that does. They know exactly how G2 reacts to this.
There goes Hunter.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They could just go towards A this time. And now if you're G2, you're going to want to stay stoic towards B. You're not going to want to cheat that rotate.
Oh, there's paranoia spreading just with Snappy's moves. He's pulling the strings, the puppet master. Okay, conducting business now.
They don't know where to be, where to stand. Think about when we saw this lurk smoke come out before. Diha ran through it, killed Nico, run the round. When they've rotated away from the hinge smoke towards A, it's been the B hit, and now it's looking like the mid to B.
No one's looking. Hunter's considered it. That's the 2 smokes. Often with 2, that is the indicator of the commit. Both smokes have dropped. Nico, what are you up to? That's quick. Super quick. That's the bomb as well. Can't quite catch Hades on the lip of the smoke. Game on. Play on. 30 seconds they're committing to B. Hunter to be tested. Nexa steps up as well. And G2 with all the names in the feed. Last of all is Hades. And G2, they weather the storm.
Oh, battening down the hatches here. This is going to be some comeback.
They've got their feet on dry land again, Chad.
Okay, ENCE down to no money here. It's their turn to stomach an eco round, their round to chill on out and just consider those chances that were.
Bloody hell. Bloody hell. This is a game of Counter-Strike. The game we all know and love. I'm not sure any of the 10 people in the server love it right now.
The love-hate relationship right now.
Yep.
And we've seen this from ENCE already within this half. Now, when they've been forced down to the pistols in this similar stance, they just sit back and wait. They're doing the same here, playing in the fade of the smoke. They actually run on through. There was nobody aggressive, and they're barreling down middle right now. There is still a Deagle to play with here, and that's in the hands of Hades. They have the short control. A plant here would be great. Any damage they can do, any kills right now are worth their weight in gold.
Tested in a very big way. He'd love to do some damage. The nade looks promising. Strikes on the flash. Jack's in support, but look at this. Snappy and Spinks already inflicting damage. Nico has to find it now and has nothing from ENCE to report. A single frag. G2 will shrug that off. A step closer. Edging towards the 14 themselves.
The issue right now for G2 is in part of this comeback. As we move back into the gun rounds, they still have to keep as many players alive as possible because their loss bonus is in the fragile position of only $1,400. So at any point when they lose a round, their economy is immediately in question. If they can continue to work on the bank, we've got 4.6 on Hunter, that's the most. You need the rest of the players to start getting into that area to guarantee buys after buys. So this is such an important round right now. G2, they need to keep at least 3 here.
What do you do with Amanek? Like, that's my first question. Last time he whipped out this AWP, Chad, it was the beginning of that B-site end.
I think at least the fortunate factor here is ENCE can't afford an AWP of their own and Hades hasn't gone for the scout. So the presence on the other side of the scope doesn't exist.
Okay.
Now, long spawns not in the favor of ENCE here, and they have taken a timeout to make this discussion. Sword chipping on in to talk things through with Snappy. 3 players currently positioned looking towards that B bomb site. I'm going to send 2 over. Spinks and Doto. Snappy scoops up the bomb and he will join them. Xbox smoke out. Hades with an aggressive Molotov there. That's going to deny Nico having a look for this. D-High outside long and it looks like a default spread here. Really just going to bide their time and take their time. Amanek has been posted up towards long. That's where you want your AWPer to deal with these short plays. The flash helps clear out lower. They will be able to get the space that they require because the passive stance of G2 now has Nico, the swingman, in CT. Hunter and Nexa locking down towards that B bomb site. Amanek and Jax are partnered up to hold A. And we don't know exactly where ENCE want to finish this one, but as they start to jump up towards short, we're getting a good idea.
Snappy's got a full belt of util. Spinks as well. So both sides of the map, both of this 2-pronged assault are equipped with viable nades.
Nico's hedged. He's head back over towards A to help on out. If he can tuck into Goose or A ramp, that could be perfect. But right now, the defense is completely split.
Great catch. Snappy has a backup smoke. It's going to imply there's a lot more presence long than there is. And that forces them into a bit more vulnerable positions. Amanek's a sitting duck for sure. He only gets the 1.
Nico's down 2.
Up on the site. And down goes Jax. What a call. What a play for 15. Do they go for it?
You can't risk this. They need the money. It's 1,400, remember the loss bonus.
What a call.
It looked way too simple. All the eyes were drawn to long, ours too, and the kills came down on A.
As you see 2 smokes and flashes coming in, Spinks confirms your suspicions, Jax is called in long. Amanek actively starts to move away from being exposed to long. Your ramp players can't be sitting ramp when the calls are like coming out like that. You put yourself right in the vice. Doto strikes, Nico falls, and ENCE.
1 round.
1 single round for 4 players to secure their very first major.
You can't believe it here for Diha, Hades, Spinks, Doto.
Yeah.
This is the dream. Just 1 round of Counter-Strike, 5 frags away.
And Snappy giving us another prime example of someone just absolutely soaked in experience. You get to see it here from Spinks' position. What a shot. Spinks rising up the ranks of FPL. Noticed in a region that's so hard to break out of. But the beauty of the modern day internet era is he can turn heads and pop them from his bedroom. And now he's looking to knock a Titan down and secure himself a spot at the first major Counter-Strike has seen in 2 years, a 2-year hiatus from it, and his name could very well be inscribed in a sticker in the game if he could just find 5 clicks onto the 5 heads starting on that CT side. 10-second countdown begins, series point.
They've prioritized the AWP here from Amanek. That is a key, apparently, for this G2 game plan. It's in his hands. He doesn't have any armor to go with this, but a little bit of util. Next are into a Famis, the rest have rifles. There's even defuse kits. Now, if we get into sights, the retakes have to be on here. And this is fast towards middle with the util just to stifle that Nico push. ENCE looking more prepared for this update so far. Deep mid smoke. Holds them at bay and spraying on through. Doto, his position is noted, but just take a look. The CTs were hanging around at short for a little bit long there. Nico backpedaling and looking at Amanek to potentially do the same. They're gravitating towards this B-bomb side again, all getting soaked on up through the lower tunnels, greeting in upper dark, and it's all going to be on Nexa and Hunter here. They have to go at least 2 kills between them. At least.
At least an incendiary is all that separates them from them. Commit. Defensive flash, time to strike. Snappy's already started as he means to go on, swinging out, that's something. Nexa starting some resistance of his own, but Spinks again contributes. Diha can plant, the site is lost. G2 counting on the remaining 3 names. It's not easy, and AWP for the retake ain't ideal. Kits are present. Fights to be taken, and they can taste it. They can almost touch it. Util to be dropped. Amanek to strike as the flash and the attention is drawn tons. A lurky smoke should enable them a little bit of space to maneuver. Half bomb ticked. Striking again is Jax, hiding, cowering in fear is Diha. He's gone too. Can Spinks do it? Can he get himself to the major? Jax denies. He says play on. Malek's a happy coach. Good God. I'm genuinely on the floor.
Let that one sink in. They just retook the bomb site with a man disadvantage.
Man disadvantage, Chad. I was convinced.
A man disadvantage here, and they've been able to pull off a miracle round like this.
Rumba.
They kept themselves cool, they kept themselves calm, and Jax does what Jax does best, hit the headshots necessary here. It got close indeed, but here we go again. The gun's back out for ENCE. Not short on funds, not short on ideas. I'm sure Snappy has a call to immediately punish this.
Amanek contributes.
Well, they can just play the number advantage now.
You can see immediately they just pull back into the site. Set up the barricades.
You're going to have to ask some real hard questions here in the next minute, 20 seconds if you're ENCE.
That 4-letter word?
No, I'm not. But if something else goes wrong, if they lose another player, and then at that point you really need to start having that discussion, because next round, I always talk about the money here. Wait, they've slipped in head of the molly again. Nico's gone down to this before. He needs to be careful.
Smokes. Has he got anyone with util? It's unlikely. Swallows the flash.
They're going. The bomb's going.
They're accelerating straight into the B site. Hunter and Nexa have to do it again.
They've hit pause. They've hit pause.
Coming in top mid, I wonder. He gets no info on this. Spinks just out of the smoke, strikes again, but suddenly it's all blue on brown, and we go again. They're left with nothing. ENCE. Last round of regulation, and it's not pretty. Is it Hero AKs? Do you go Tech 9 armor? What is the answer?
I can't believe we're about to...
What was the...
We're about to go to overtime.
In the first half, Chad, G2 won 3 of the last 5 rounds of play. Otherwise, that half would have been 12... Like, my maths is so bad. 13-2. The same score as Nuke, but on the other foot. G2 recovered with some solid T play, and it's put them in a position now where they can keep the dream alive of legend status.
Look at what they got here.
Smash the dreams of ENCE down.
This is just some Deagles, some Tech 9s, a scout in play here. There's plenty of util, and it looks like, again, they want to head towards B. And we've spoken about throughout this half, that hinge smoke, how it draws G2 into question. Just a smoke is able to confuse them here as Hades is looking for a pick. Toto working on their Xbox control as well. And, well, if you're Hunter, be very, very careful. You don't put a foot out of line. They're heading over towards Nico, who's waiting for the flash of Amanek. He's going to be mollied. He can't step into that. He has to drop on off. Molly to slow them down. A deep nade, but it's a little bit too late there. Snappy's the only one to take some damage, and they've got this short control that they were looking for. A lurk smoke towards B, and one in exchange from the CT, so negating each other's presence here.
Out the doors again.
Hunter
striking, and not gently. So many bodies, he mows them all down. We're off to overtime unless Spinks has got something out of the realms of possibility. Nexa confirms it. G2 extend play, and we have to go to OT. It's Valve rules. 10K. Start it from the top again. This game delivers. We'll take a quick one and be right back to find out exactly how on earth this ends.
Okay. Nice.
Nice, guys.
Maybe you?
Nice shot. Too bad, sorry. Wow. Let's go, guys.
It like a god.
Guys,
Let's open on.
Waiting.
Nice
Nice, guys.
It was just single scout.
No,
Maybe short was.
Nice, guys. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up, guys. Half by now.
Nice shot.
Nice, guys. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up, guys. Half by now. 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 Let's keep it up, guys
Yeah, let's go.
Nice! That's league, bro! You're insane.
Sick, bro. All good.
Nice.
Back to 10 HP.
Holding tunnel for a bit.
Back platter. 10 HP.
Nice.
Nice. Belong as well.
He killed me and I went lower. He could be.
Nice. Good job, Marco.
Marco.
Go.
Right, flash.
Window. Window this one.
Nice.
Well, the nades must have hit because I got 2 assists.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Nice. Good job. Nice, guys. Good job.
Almost.
Let's go. Really.
Let's go.
Let's go, we can still win the fight.
Come on.
Nice.
Nice. That's league, bro. Let's go.
She come around. Nice. Good. Next time.
Nice!
Solid. Good job.
Focus.
Finish fast.
Let's go. It's fine.
Ready? Let's go, boys. 3, 2, 1.
One more thing.
Nice, guys. Let's go.
Let's fight till the end.
Your channel was
There you go.
edited.
Play. You're gonna win.
Let's go.
All good.
I can reflash. Nice! Nice, Nico!
Be short. One more.
Nice, guys.
Nice entry. Take Pavel and Oleg.
Polish 2.
Wait.
Wait, make a deal. 2v1. Ale, let's go.
Let's buy and do complexity again, okay?
I have.
I smoke, I'm going to.
Nice! Catch it, let's go now. Flash window. I flash window.
Win. Up outside, up outside. Nice.
Nice.
I took MVP on
Okay.
it. Let's go, guys.
Do you want complexity?
Short push! Short push. 200 me and crouch.
Nice! Let's go, boys. Not over.
Bad in it.
Nice. Nice.
Last one. Window.
Nice!
There we go. Nice.
Focus. No, nice! Let's go. Nice!
Nice!
Jack
Call. Sick jack call, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
The smoke door has faded.
Not allowed. The smoke.
It was 14-9, Chad. Nico had to step up with a frag movie play, we said, and yeah, we find ourselves slap bang into overtime. Inseparable.
I can't believe it. He had to step up in a superstar moment, and he did. And the chips were down in a big way here, but the rounds that G2 were able to scrape together...
Retake? The man disadvantage retake?
Insane. Absolutely insane. But the work's not done for either team here. And now, as you mentioned, MR3, but with 10k, Valve's rules. We won't have the 16k. The economy will play a big factor in this one right now. So let's take a look, because some players might be a bit more conservative, especially on the CT side. Orpa's not being able to invest as much here, but let's take a look. We're getting this one underway. ENCE continuing on the T side, G2 on that CT half, and towards B with the early presence.
Didn't catch a glimpse. He was looking for info early there, Nico. Didn't get too much to work with. And a CT smoke doesn't seem to be too much of a deterrent. Diha making it clear he's ready to fight, ready to brawl.
I'm curious if G2 think they can keep getting away with what they were doing, right? Because it was them who were being dictated. The game was coming to them and they were having to defend. It doesn't look like they've opted for any changes here. Jax, our most forward member right now for this defense, is, as you can see, almost in a line over towards middle. 5 players from ENCE make a bit of a T-bar. 1 towards lower, 1 up short, and 3 in that mid corridor. Nico's nade, again, a little bit shy, and baiting these out has never been more important. There's the limp smoke over towards the bridge. Nico drops the molly to slow them down. Diha this time round will respect it. Starting to run out of nades here, Nico, still with 55 seconds left on the clock and 1 smoke in his hand. He doesn't want to let them through.
He pushes closer to it. Confirms. No funny business.
They're still coming though, aren't they?
Whole squad.
It's gonna start
there's a
fading.
gap. Nico's committed.
Fading.
He's going to get flashed. Has to unload his mag. Spotting another. Not quite finishing the job. It's damage.
Two of them are low.
Spinks and Dota limping. Amanek, he could get pressured from the swing. They flashed him off. Good
shot.
adjustment. Can he get anything more done? The answer is yes. Spinks loses his head too. Amanek handing out haircuts and with the big green. Good strike.
Oh!
Opportunity for Snappy. G2, it was hectic at times, but Amanek delivers when it matters most.
Snappy almost had two huge kills there. That could have been the round, getting turned back on its head. But G2, in overtime, they draw first blood.
I mean, Nico would have called it right. He tagged someone on the descent, so Amanek knew that was a possibility. This is a save as well. Nearly got a bit awkward there. 15 HP. Can't let frustrations get the better of you at this business end of a very long best of 3. What a recovery it has been from G2.
Oh, they missed the boost.
They did, but a missed shot as well.
Oh, into lower. Hunter hasn't done this that often. There's 3 of them here. They tend to flash this.
Yeah, exactly. Here it comes. But ahead of
before the flash!
Ahead of it, and he turns. He's got time for more. And oh, Hunter absolutely wrecks him.
Hey, Snappy didn't wait for the flash. They've been doing it every time.
Oh, and even Amanek looking good. Tags up Hades. 2 remain from ENCE. G2 looking much more comfortable into the OT. Just a 2-minute break to shake it off. Coming in fighting fit.
But have a look right now at the money situation for Hades, right? Investing in 2 ops in a row has only left him with $100. You can see the other players will have enough money to buy. Next round, the 2,400 loss bonus coming on in.
Not in his interest to, dare I say it?
They got to give it a crack. They need a round here. They need something.
How, though? How do you break through? Amanek denies Diha. It's all onto the 26 HP of Hades. And cleared. Down he goes. 2,500 for him to spend. Looking for the clean sweep, RG2.
Okay, well, dearie me, ENCE, we need one of those magical calls from Snappy again here, and this was it, just peering before the flash. We can see it just landing there. Hunter even has an opportunity to turn that. Grabs himself 3 kills and wins the round in one fell swoop.
They haven't been doing it often, but...
Oh, they dropped Hades and AWP here, Alex.
He gets into the go, Snappy, the selfless.
Okay, well, that one right there, I didn't think they'd prioritize this. He needs to find something that's 4 towards long. There's a gap in this, and Hades misses.
Surely you don't repeat. Whoa, ahead of it. A second bite of the cherry. It's sour. Shy of the mark. A 4-man lean of G2's resources for now.
It's not often you get 2 cracks at that.
Yeah, that was brave. Oh my, Doto. Hands them a stern reminder.
Oh my God!
Nico! It's like a guillotine. Chops him up. 2 clicks off his mouse, Chad, and there's 2 bodies in the dirt. Any more? Where that came from, he's still flirting with the idea. Doto is something. Nico down. Sight open for business. Hunters
turned around.
Yeah, they have a pivot. And ENCE have surely got this one in their pocket. What a recovery. What a recovery. Necks are up and down. ENCE find that elusive round, and they will go with at least something into the second half of play.
Oh, jeez. Tap it in. Holy moly. Massive shots from Nico there, but it doesn't matter in the mix of this. This was massive. You can see that. The wide peak with the crouch from Doto. These. Bang. Bang. That was massive, but Diha, think about his impact early, right, within this game. Diha's impact in the first 3 or 4 rounds in this game was gargantuan. Well, now, taking down Nico, who was looking unstoppable right there on the site. He's found some more, given a lifeline to ENCE here with 1 round, and back underway we go. G2 struggled in that first half. Any more solutions for this? Out long, Jax. The flashes are good. He's on the corner. Spinks has found the first, and he's thrust on forward.
It's up to Nico. Can he get up to no good? In the smoke, advancing forward, Doto greets him with bullets and already a 2-man disadvantage. This is looking like it's going the distance, Chad. Every single round to be played.
Remember G2, their T-side, it wasn't fantastic. The pistol round, Nexa had the clutch. They had a pistol round with just some Deagles and P250s that they pulled out of their arse. Gun rounds were few and far between. It's not going to be easy for them to string at least even 1 here. Let's not even start talking about 2.
What has this game been? And there's more to be played. G2 have turned around some crazy ones. On the CT side, in regulation, Amanek equipped with his AWP. He might have to be the spearhead of this assault. Next to considering a drop CT, that would be brave with a flash. Hades is anti. Walking out. No HP on Spinks. He'll have to watch the flames there. Oh, and another found over the edge of the smoke. Nexa surely needs to get some revenge. A smoke now to bail himself out of trouble. 5 members of ENCE still kicking. It's something from Amanek. Is it anything close to enough? I sincerely doubt it. Missed shot, missed opportunity. Nexa, something. Needs everything. And oh my, those are some shots. 2 of the 4 required.
Might be able to plant here. He is so low though. Oh, baits out the jump.
Finish. Diha looking to end as he started.
All right, well, if you're the uninitiated right now, 18 is the magic number if you want to secure double overtime. 19 and, well, it's done. The first to 19. And remember those ramifications, the implications of this. G2 win, legend status, and phase qualify. ENCE, they get this one through and they get themselves into the major. Amanek shot whistles past the head there of the crossing CTs. Jack straight on down through lower tunnels.
Pace to that.
Yeah, a bit quicker than usual here. Now, if they gear up and they take this short control, they can get away with that space. Molly close mid doors is going to hold them back for a moment, and looks like maybe crisscross mid to B smokes. That one from Nico goes over towards the B side of things. You just see how deep that is, so it's hard to get vision over the top of that for Xbox.
Yeah, he's kind of shooting blind right now. Dio does not have confirmation of just how much scrutiny he's in, and as well as util being thrown B, he's kind of stuck between 2 minds. Do I contribute mid? Do I assume it's clear? He's thrown a smoke tons and continues to monitor mid.
Hades on A with the AWP here. It looks like they're coming to his domain. They've got enough utility for the full execute. Now, last time they got stalled out by 1 molly. No mollies left to stop them here from ENCE. Flashes, yep, they're good. There's a molly from Hunter as well to be thrown on in, but he's still currently up towards the upper tunnel selling a B fake. Here they come.
Oh, Hades does connect. High flash. Pressure mounting. They haven't got across.
Dink.
Oto doing damage. Nexa. Oh, they're all low. He's hitting everything but the lethality. Now only 1 remains. ENCE looking to secure 18 first. It's just Amanek with nothing but 3 HP. They finish it off with style. And they can once again, it's not for the first time, Chad, but they can say with confidence they've got series point, major qualification point.
G2 looking stumped right now. They went for a similar play up count. This time they had the members, right? They had the members, but you have to praise Doto there. Just so calm from that CT ramp. Dinking them on out here in the buy for the final round of the first OT. 3 AKs, a Deagle, and a Scout here.
Is there anything left to be said?
How much more can you ask of these boys right now, G2?
They've pulled out some ridiculous ones, Chad, but Spinks, it's been solid. Speed sight to be tested, he reacts accordingly. He actually wants to choose to spray, and he does take one with him, but the B site could be open for business.
They need a door smoke. There it is. It's a gap.
Tiny gap. Nexa will manage it. Nico beheads the rotate. Falling just short of the mark on the initial engagements are ENCE.
They scooped up extra nades in CT spawn for the retake here.
Okay, flashes, a smoke as well. Who takes this engagement? Who is brave enough to take that first fight?
Here comes the flashes.
Amanek holds his nerve.
Tunnels is smoked off.
Covered M4.
Nico needs to get there now.
As is the first. There's more to come. Hades just unenviable task with the AWP.
Onto the Glock.
It could work. Hades head spotted. Hades eliminated. It looks like we're going again. As if this series couldn't get any more crazy.
Okay, well, there's a solution. The B-bomb site right there, and G2, they keep themselves in it for another overtime. Magic number for this one changes to 22 now. But neither team wanted to give this one up. There is so much on the line here. So much, and well, the 3 teams that have come before ENCE had the same goal. Win your best of 3, qualify for the major. ENCE are really pushing the limits right now. Miss their molly towards the mid doors, and that's actually going to spur them forward. ENCE into lower tunnels here with 2. They need to flash to clear this out. This is not going to be easy. Underhand from Nico. He drops in.
Oh, and Doto traded. It's Hunter that delivers. Anticipating Snappy.
Headshot machines there. One goes down. You got to deal with the other.
Replicants.
Oh, but Alex, we saw in the first half, you have to go back a very long way where G2, they had number advantages and then they kind of ran around like headless chooks. 2 players still towards mid right now for ENCE. It's Spinks and Hades, the AWPer. Diha's over towards A. The Xbox smoke will land, and well, they're going through the upper tunnels right now. If they get a move on, it is open. ENCE will have to scramble to get back over. If Hades can tuck himself in deep within the site, if he can get to back a plat, that could be perfect for this.
Oh, okay. Jax found. Hades AWP needs more. AWP close the gap. They're still in tunnels. He's going to get on a timer, though. The pressure mounting. The flame spread. What a snap into Nexa. He's kept it level and then some. Amanek thrust into a 1v1, courtesy of his own hand. He's pulled the trigger onto Hunter.
Oh, excuse me, close.
Walking through the smoke, that would be crazily aggressive. Diha up close to the door. He will be able to challenge out Amanek should he...
30 seconds. Is he going to walk back?
Is there time?
He needs to commit to B now.
Oh, he anticipated it. Diha walks through the smoke victorious. And ENCE will find the first. Hades with contributions. Diha keeping a cool head on his shoulders as he pushed that smoke.
The thing is, Amanek knew that he was close because Diha got the kill with the spam, right? And that actually puts it in a worse position for Amanek. You're low on HP, you can't really fight. And this time, Hades stepped up in a big way. 2 for him, right? That onslaught of T's coming through the tunnels. He did a great job to position just in time.
Yeah, his restraint. He managed it so well.
Oh, they're trying to juggle guns across here, and Amanek will get that AWP into his hands late, so picking this a little bit dicier. But you can just see the tentative nature of the T's on this now. It's not like it used to be a Dust2. They're having to hold their horses on several occasions. They are giving a lot of room to ENCE here, and this time round they're playing like it is the standard Dust2. Snappy anchoring long. The AWP up towards the short position. The link player of Doto throwing his nades out now towards that mid-door position to stall out the default of G2 and Hades. He isn't backing down. If anything, he's surged forward here. Doesn't want to get too stuck in with the fight. It's just about softening them up. More util to harass, and the more they throw this out, the slower it makes it for G2 to start assembling this short control.
Snappy boosted, no, tucked in.
They've gambled correctly here, though, because Hades is here as well. Oh, he was. He's back and forth between 2 positions right now. It's going to come down to the timing.
Safe from that flash? I suspect he is. Full vision. Oh, no. Still unloads his mag. It's a 1-for-1, nearly 2, and Hades sticking around. Makes the AWP presence known.
Back to short.
Cancel, and look at Nico and Hunter. Already, make it just Hunter.
They need to go B.
Doto's fast on the flank. ENCE set up for success on the defensive start.
Have to go B.
Yeah, there's only Amanek left. He has all the freedoms in the world. 30 seconds. It does have to be a B finish. He knows that. And so do ENCE. The smoke indicates his presence. Spinks unwilling to commit a high nade. And Brick's position predicted Amanek. Cogs turning. Oh, uncertain. Bricks. Oh,
spotted now.
And he's that shot. Gap closing fast. Amanek with it all to do. First found, and yeah, just enough time to plant, but they will close the gap. Surely not a no-scope. Time, sensitive mission.
Getting it down.
Just about gets the bomb down, one ahead of him. Oh. And Diha pulls him across the line. Amanek, fair play. He put up a fight, a team ace for ENCE. Every single member contributes. Oy, oy, oy.
28 now for Diha, 27 for Hades, Spinks on 26. The names are online here for ENCE to actually do this. One more round and they've kept a clean sheet in the CT side of this overtime number 2. Scratching their heads a little bit. G2 running out of options here. They've tried to go back towards this B site. Hasn't paid off for them. Amanek will get the AK out. Just a smoke to his name. Hunter Light on util as well. And well, now they're just sending everybody over towards those upper tunnels. It is just going to be Nico left to his own devices here. Snappy's going to call a lot of mid-presence clear here.
Oh, that nade looks destined for glory. Big, big damage, and there's more to come. If they continue to linger there, Snappy may get into position to drop it again. Confirmation from the Tracer Fire that there is more action. Close mid.
They need a round. They need something, G2, going into the second half of this.
ENCE pulled it off with the 1. to extend play. Look how
So many more
Jeez,
nades
there
for
are.
him. If he throws one mid doors, if they throw mid to B smokes, he might just devastate them.
Whoa. About 4 members of G2 White there.
Here comes a HE.
Oh, yeah, spotted out one CT. Jax with a solid headshot. Snappy's unloading into the smoke. They're committing.
Just Spinks.
Has to be. It's chaos. Absolute pandemonium. Spinks does fall. Doto left all alone. He's being spotted out as well. Jax gets that info safely. And this is the elusive round. Can Doto pull anything out of the hat?
Been good in the clutch.
He knows he's low. You can see why he's pre-firing the molly.
That should be the kill.
That's dead. Jax.
Is he going to spread?
Hooked on the spread, surely. Surely. Staring at it. It may have cost him his life. 1-on-1 now. Mano el mano. Doto versus Nico. Oh, no. Bomb's half gone. Where's the pre-aim? Cool head on his shoulders. Crosshairs in the right place.
Oh!
So are the bullets. Doto. It's a clean sweep from ENCE. Touching distance to the major now.
One more round again. We've been here before. But ENCE, they're feeling like they got the momentum behind them now.
Bruh.
Just one more.
The incendiary, I'm not sure about the spread, but just seeing a barrel bangs him out, closes the gap, reads Nico like a book, and finds the headshot. He's a gangster, certified.
Back to the CT side, and Hades has his AWP.
Three series points. They've never had a gap like that.
And on the T side as well, where it feels like, you know, they might have a call from Snappy here to get them through this. Again, it's this standard 3 players towards the tunnels we're seeing, and Hades, Diha, they're tasked with back a cat and the long presence. There's that flash towards lower. Nade's not anywhere near as much damage as what Snappy's were doing, but he'll cop it down to 76, and they can throw whatever different look they like here, right? It can be desperate, it can seem silly, it can be outside of the box, it doesn't matter. With 3 opportunities, you may as well try something.
Yeah, right. Throw something different into the mix when you've got a little bit of a cushion. Hinge smoke, considered. Does it dry, maintains their util, a deep CT smoke to buy time.
Plenty of time on the clock though, right? So we've just hit that minute mark. It's going to fade.
They've only got 1 left as well. Not like it's going to play too far into it, but...
Amanek's over here with flashes, Alex. It looks like he wants to alley-oop Nico up for this fight. Now, it didn't work for them before because Nico got mollied out. Now, if ENCE aren't as diligent, it could pay off. But haven't we seen this strat? We have. We've seen this before.
Yeah, last time Nico and Amanek got caught out by this. The feigned long aggression. Jax just sitting in the open. Spinks again. Does what he did before. Will Amanek have anything more? Hades on the repeat. He's missed his shot. Everyone flustered. On the repeat again. Amanek greeds for it.
3 more kills.
They are 3 kills away from the major. And Spinks falls.
Bomb's loose.
Bomb is loose.
The flank's coming. Snappy's still coming.
You can count on Doto. That's one thing for sure. The flashes are turned. No one losing vision. 12 seconds, Chad. And already Snappy tapping away. Necks are low. Down and out. 6 feet lower. All onto Hunter. Has he seriously got anything left? It shouldn't be. And there you have it. Blood, sweat, and tears. Snappy leads 4 rookies over to their first major. Outstanding. You had to work so hard for that.